Hello everybody, welcome back to Nerdly Adventures. My name is Elijah, and I have a really cool haul for you. I'm looking at the stack right now. There are some insane things in this that I never thought I would own, things that I didn't think I wanted, or didn't really know existed. But that being said, I was in Terre Haute for the weekend, helping move my sister and visiting her, and went to a couple of stores up there. There was like an antique store that I found a lot of this stuff in, or I guess more of a vendor's village kind of thing. So, that being said, let's start off with the eBay purchase that came in while I was gone. All that I have in my hands is a box, but this is the Lego Brainiac Attack. This is the last set that I needed from the 2015 wave of DC sets. It was used, so I didn't, obviously it's not like I opened and built it off camera. It was used. I really just wanted it for the figures and the Brainiac ship, so pretty much the entire set. But the main point for me is the figures. I like them. They have a Books A Million there, which is a really good thing for comic book collectors, but they also have some non-comic book stuff, which is where I found the DC Multiverse McFarlane Collector's Edition Starfire, sold out online. Can't find her in stores. I found her there. She was at like $32 instead of $30, but it's better than paying $50 on eBay for the scalpers prices. So, yep, this is the Starfire figure, which I'm really happy to have. She's going to go great with my Titans line when I can finally find a shelf to put those guys on. And this, I also now only need Captain Boomerang to finish that wave. So, Captain Boomerang, I'm on the hunt for you. Also from there, I found Batman Nightfall. This is volume 2, as you can see there. $30, wasn't really on sale, but I have the first volume, and I was like, you know what, I now can read volume 2, so I'm going to be more prone to read this. So I found this there too, and those are the two things that I got at Books A Million. They have another store there called Ollie's, which is where I found Volume 3 of Nightfall. This is the last volume. These are also really thick books. I got this for like $5. Brand new, super thick. The other one was $30. So you tell me which one was the better deal. But I got this, and then I also found this is New 52 Batgirl Volume 1. It was like $2.50, and I was like, you know what? Why not? I'm going to now switch over to all the stuff that I found at the Vendor's Village. Now, some of this is... I'll start off with the boring stuff, but you'll see. A lot of these places sold comic books, so one of them, however, had also comic book stuff. So the first thing that I got here, these are comic book dividers. So there's a total of 25 dividers. And you can write on them, and then the tops kind of like fold down. So this is good just to be able to like divide up my comics and my long boxes to be able to tell better without having to like do. So this was like, you know, $15. I was fine with that. I looked on Amazon, they were like 25. I was like, you know what, better deal. So then to go along with that, I finally broke down and bought a pack of boards and bags for this. These are 100 boards, 100 bags. I have a bunch of comics that need bagged and boarded. And I don't like seeing them getting in such bad condition, so I broke down and bought them. And that's kind of like the, I guess you would say, lame stuff I got. Like, that's not really anything. That's more logistical stuff than the cool collection stuff. So starting off with the cool comic books, this is Secret Origins number 48. This is featuring Ambush Bug. Rest in peace, Keith Griffin. But yeah, so I've been collecting Secret Origins. This is one that I needed. $2. Great pull. Also, I have Doom Patrol number 2 and number 3. Couldn't find number 1, but these were also $2, and I just really like the way that the covers looked. I don't really have much Doom Patrol stuff except for that Unstoppable Doom Patrol that I actually recently purchased. Then I have this right here, which is DC Legends. I've never heard of this series, but I guess that's not even Red Tornado, that's the Flash. Oops, I thought Red Tornado was on the cover, but also Blue Beetle. I just think it's a cool looking cover. $2. Now, this is the Guardians of Metropolis, number 1 and number 2. I read The Death of Superman this month, and so Guardian was in that. This is some really good 90s. This is classic 90s right here. This is some 90s DC stuff. The Guardian, who the heck even knows who that is besides me? But yeah, it's like a 4-issue series, so I'll probably track down 3 and 4 at some point. And then this is Green Lantern number 6. This is from the 90s series, so this is the series that Kyle Rayner appears in, and we'll get into that in a second. But yeah, this is number 6, so just one that I needed. I don't have a lot of the early ones, so this is just a good one to fill in the collection. Now these next two, these are some real grail pieces. These are ones that are like not crazy expensive by any sense of the imagination, but more just like, that's kind of cool that I own these. It is kind of crazy to me that I'm even holding one of these issues in my hands. So this right here is Green Lantern number 48 from 1994, January of 1994. This is the start of Emerald Twilight. And what happens in Emerald Twilight? That's right, my boy Kyle Rayner finally appears. And this even has a little sticker on it that says first Kyle Rayner. So this is the very first issue that Kyle Rayner appears in. And it was like a $15 comic. It retails for $20. So it was just really cool to get this. Obviously I was going to need it at some point because I'm trying to fill in this entire 90s Green Lantern run. And this being also one of the key issues, which is ones that's going to be more difficult for me to track down. So this was a really cool one. And now, this is something that I've, not particularly this issue, but just more of, I have always wanted a graded comic book. You know, I haven't really had one. I've wanted to send some of mine in to get graded, and I might actually send in that Green Lantern to get graded at some point. But just, I would like a graded comic. And so, I don't want to pay an exorbitant price for it, but I have Mr. Miracle number 9 graded at an 8.0. Is that not crazy? I got a really good deal on this. It was like $20, which I know it cost almost $20 to get an issue graded, so I was more than willing to pay that. So this is issue 9 of Mr. Miracle, of the very first Mr. Miracle run, by the way. This is like, this is 72, I think, is when this first came out. But it's rated an 8.0, which means it says off-white pages. I more or less am just happy to have a graded comic, and also Mr. Miracle is one of my favorite characters. I really like Tom King's Mr. Miracle run, and so it was really cool to get a graded comic, and especially my very first graded comic being Mr. Miracle, one of my favorite characters. So yeah, so this has been my little haul from Terre Haut. Kind of crazy to think that I got all this stuff from the middle of Indiana, but that concludes this video. I will have another video. Let's see, what day of the year is it? It is the 30th. Okay, so I will have a video coming out probably the very 1st of July, maybe the very last day of June, of all of the things I read in June comic-wise. This is something I've seen a lot of people do. I would like to do it. I don't have a whole lot I've read this month, but I'm going to make it work. So, be on the lookout for that video. Be on the lookout for more videos coming soon. With the end of summer coming up, I'm going to try and get some more stuff out. So that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video.